you might have heard of our produce connection. And we distribute about 500,000 pounds of fresh produce, fruits and vegetables to the community during the summer months between May and November.
Welcome to Shaping the Basin. I am here with Lori Garrard from the Klamath and Lake County Food Bank.
Yes,
correct?
Klamath Lake County's food bank.
All right. Well, tell me, let's talk about the food bank for a few minutes. Who uses the food bank?
The food bank is available to everybody. It can be our unhoused friends. It can be that single mom who has 3 kids at home, 1 income. And it can just be anybody who is struggling. If you're hungry, please come see us. No stigma, no stereotypes. We just want to feed people who need us.
Mm-hmm. And can people just come anytime?
No.
Okay.
So a big misconception is you cannot get food at the food bank. We have food pantries all over the county in Lake and Klamath counties. So we get the food at the food bank and then we distribute it to our pantries. So there are different times, dates of when the pantries are open. Our biggest partner is Salvation Army, and they are open 3 times a week. And you can get our schedules on our website.
You know, we're after the holidays. And what does that look like at the food bank? I feel like during the holidays, people are probably donating a lot. They're thinking about it. What does January look like?
January looks like Mother Hubbard and her bear cupboard. We really clean out our shelves. We try to make the holidays as special for people as possible. They have families, and sometimes they just can't afford to do a special meal. So we are stepping up and we do holiday boxes. And it does deplete quite a bit of our resources, but our community is amazing and they do step up during the holidays and they are donating money so we can go ahead and purchase some food to put it back on the shelves. But January, February, we would love for people to do food drives and just really get it out in the community that the food bank still needs food every day, all year round.
Are those the leanest months for donations?
Possibly. Yes, because during the summer, we do get our home gardeners who are bringing us fresh produce every day. You should see those zucchinis that are coming in during the summer. And we do get a lot of that kind of food. But January, February, March is when it really kind of slows down.
Okay. What's something people would be surprised to know about the food bank?
Oh, that's a great question. The food bank is available to everybody. Like I said, if you are hungry, please come see us. We are not going to ask for identification. We're not going to ask for proof of income, anything like that. If you need us, we are there. And we have an amazing staff. And there's 8 of us who work there. We are a family, and we want you to be part of our family too.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. You are the brand new, you're pretty new.
Yes.
When did you start?
April of 2024.
Okay. So you'll be coming on 2 years.
Yes.
That's exciting. What has it been like to get started? What were you doing before? Let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay. When I first moved to Klamath, I had worked at the sheriff's office for 20 years. And then I transitioned to a couple other little things here and there. And then I settled at the Oregon Tech Foundation. And I was the executive assistant to the VP there. And I loved my job. I loved my team. And we were fundraising, supporting students, supporting the university. And then I kind of stumbled into this food bank opportunity. The old director, Nikki Sampson, had accosted my husband at Staples. And she's like, I'm retiring. Do you know someone? And he said, my wife would be perfect. And he brought it home to me. And I said, no, I would not be perfect because I love my job. And then Nikki convinced me to come and tour the food bank. And that was it. My heart was with our community. And I saw a need that was there that I could really fill. So it feeds my soul.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're feeding people.
Right.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Nikki was there for a really long time, and she was a powerhouse. She really was the face of the food bank.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing, what has that been like to come in and fill those shoes, if you will?
Yes. It's been a little intimidating because I've honestly did not know a lot about food banking. And every day, still 2 years later, I'm still learning something new every single day. And Nikki had that huge foundation of knowledge and all of the back history of how we do things and the programs and all the how to keep food safe and little tiny things that I was like, oh yeah, I should probably know that. So being the face of the food bank for her, she was out there all the time. And so I was trying to just step right into that. And we are out and about. You can see us sometimes in front of grocery stores. You can hear me on the radio. We are doing commercials and we're just trying to be as accessible as possible.
Mm-hmm. What's been the most surprising thing you've had to learn being a director of a food bank?
Oh,
What's something you didn't think you'd have to know?
well, there's a lot of things like every day. One thing I didn't know was how political food banking was. And so I'm learning all kinds of things of how to keep us as accessible to people as possible. And that was a surprise for me. And also just how much food that we are receiving from the state. And my favorite day of the week is Wednesday. Oregon Food Bank sends us a truck every single Wednesday, and it has on average 30 to 35,000 pounds of food. I did not know that. I knew the food bank had food. I just didn't realize where it came from. And so 70% of our food is coming from the state. And every Wednesday, that truck pulls in and I am out there to watch the warehouse personnel unloading that truck. And it is a blessing and a joy and just fascinating.
So you said 70% comes from the state?
It does.
And then 30% comes from local donors?
Local donors and our local grocery stores.
Okay.
The local grocery stores, we are doing a pickup almost every day of the week at different stores, and we are getting all of their expiring foods, sometimes their produce that looks a little fatigued, something you wouldn't pick up off the shelves, but guess what? It can still feed somebody. So we are picking that up, and we're going to get it out to someone's table that afternoon or the next day.
Do you have an idea of how many people you help feed in a year?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I don't. I would have to ask my operations manager, Courtney, and she is amazing. And she knows all the numbers that I completely lean on her for that information.
Are there certain things that people donate over and over and some things that never get donated that you need?
Yes. Things we see a lot of, we have a lot of garbanzo beans, walnuts. There's just some strange items, and we're getting a lot of that from the state. But we always need cereal. We always need granola bars. We always need those really easy meals, the hamburger helpers and the rice-a-ronis, even a can of soup that can be a full meal for somebody. But those are the easiest, especially when we have somebody who does not have housing and they have limited means to prepare a meal. They can open a can of soup, they can heat that up, and it's easy for them.
How do you get a lot of perishable stuff? Or is it mostly canned stuff? I mean, perishable like fresh fruits and vegetables and things.
Oh, during the summer, we get thousands of pounds of fresh fruit and vegetables. We, you might have heard of our Produce Connection, and we distribute about 500,000 pounds of fresh produce, fruits and vegetables to the community during the summer months between May and November. And, but during the winter, we don't see that. We're not getting those kinds of produce, but we do get perishable items, and a lot of times it's from our grocery stores, and we get those out as soon as possible.
Okay. Can you take frozen stuff?
It depends. We cannot take, like frozen meats. We cannot take that from a private donor because we cannot guarantee the life of that meat. Did it come home? Did it sit in the fridge too long? When was it frozen? You know, those little details. But we can take, like during Thanksgiving, we can take a frozen turkey.
It's easy to get lost. Don't know which path to take, what to post. In the social media jungle, video is king. Your kids are obsessed, your customers are addicted, we're all hooked, and social media sites prioritize videos. So when you're ready to stand out from the crowd, reach out to 40 Deuce Films. feeling over everything.
Who makes, beyond you, who makes the food bank happen? Is it volunteers, staff? What does that look like?
Oh, first of all, it's my staff. I cannot do what I do without them. They are knowledgeable. They all have hearts for service and for our community. And then we do have a volunteer army. And my volunteer coordinator has a list of people that she reaches out to when we have extra need, when we if we have like a big food drive and we need sorted foods, she does have a list of people she can call, and people can always just also contact our office and volunteer.
Okay.
Okay.
And you have a board of directors. I'm
We do.
assuming.
Oh, yes. The most important volunteers. We do have a board of directors.
How many people are on your board?
8.
Okay. What kind of backgrounds do they have?
Oh, it's pretty diverse. We have several bankers and financial advisors. Michelle Scott from Housing Authority is on it. Everyone knows Michelle, and she's fantastic. And lots of really great community-minded people.
How do you find new board members?
It's usually word of mouth. I have had a couple people approach me and say, I am very interested in serving on your board. And we, of course, send them an application. But usually it is people on my board who know somebody who would really fit that need and that new voice on the board.
Mm-hmm. What do you think some of the most important traits of a board member are from your perspective?
Engagement. Somebody who is willing to step outside of just that meeting time and be able to engage in the community, promote what we do, and be knowledgeable about what we do.
Do you have any advice for somebody who is thinking about joining a board? Maybe it's their first time.
Oh, I would tell them to be prepared to learn new things, have an open mind, and not a preconceived idea of what they think that agency is doing.
Tell me about SNAP.
So SNAP is changing. The new HR1 Big Beautiful Bill is changing the face of SNAP and the requirements. And although that does not directly affect the food bank for monetary donations and things, it will affect us because people will be receiving less. And when they're receiving less money for food, they're going to need food. And so our numbers for people who are in need are going to, I'm expecting it to ramp up. And right now we have less food, and it is a hardship, and we are trying to balance it so that everybody is receiving as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. That does lead me to one question. You receive monetary donations and then you guys go out and buy food.
Yes.
Is that, I assume those dollars are not going quite as far as they used to. Have you seen that?
Have you been to the grocery store yourself?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes. Food is extremely expensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ground beef. It hurts my heart. Yes.
Yeah. So how are you handling that?
Well, actually just this morning already, we were talking about, we send out a list of items that we notice are very low in our warehouse, and we send it out to all the grocery stores in town, and we ask for quotes, and we ask our meat managers and our store managers to try to get the best deals possible. And then they send us back lists of this is what we can do.
Okay. So you have really good relationships with all of those people.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about relationships and how you keep those going when you have so many people involved.
Yes.
How do you keep those relationships strong?
Oh, all of the little things you can do, the thank you notes, the thank you calls, the emails, just that stopping by and saying hello and thank you. But it's really my staff who I think they have more constant contact, especially with like our store managers, and they're picking up food every day, and they keep those relationships alive. And we just try to tell everybody how thankful we are because we cannot do what we do without them.
Mm-hmm. So it's the beginning of the year. It's 2026. What do you predict? Do you have predictions or things that you think are going to be a specific need for this year?
Oh, I don't think there's going to be much difference. I think people are just going to need our help, and we are always there for them, and we're going to help as much as we possibly can.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the message. Help, donate, volunteer if you can, get involved.
Yes.
How do they do that? They go to your website, they come to your office, tell people
Yes.
how to help you.
We actually have a new website, and I am very proud of it. It's really pretty and shiny and new, and it has all of the information. It even has a frequently asked questions page that I seem to find to be extremely helpful. But there are ways to donate. It is, of course, monetary or food. There's your time and talents. And there are some people who just don't have that monetary ability to bring in extra food or money. And they do have talents that we can definitely use, and they can help us in so many ways.
Do you have any really heartfelt stories you can share from your time at the food bank yet?
Oh, yes, of course I do.
Tell me some stories.
Oh, there's one that I always think of. It was a young mother. She came in and she was in tears. And she worked for another agency in town who provides services to families in need. And she found herself all of a sudden in a home with one income. And it was an unexpected change in her life and her 3 children's lives. And she had never asked for help before. And so we were there to be able to step in and she was just very special, and we were able to help her and her children. And it was humbling to realize, not anything can change in any time, and you might be the one needing that help. And so we were just so thankful to be able to help her.
Yeah. Powerful message.
Yes.
I think about finances in the world, and I'm going to get the saying a little bit wrong, but there's a lot of people in our community that are like one paycheck away. They live paycheck to paycheck. And if
Right.
something changes, then they could find themselves in need and needing a little bit of extra help with the food.
Mhm. And that's why we're there.
Yeah.
Anybody can get help.
Well, thank you for the work that you do. And thank you
Oh.
for sharing that information with us today.
You're welcome.
If I don't want to lead, I don't want to assume, but I'm going to assume this next question, I may know the answer. If I gave you $250,000 to make a difference by the end of the day in our community, what would you do with it, Lori?
I would, first of all, keep it local, and I would stimulate our economy by purchasing food.
Mhm.
I would be putting meat in our freezer.
Meat. Is that one of the biggest needs there?
Currently, it is our biggest need. We are just not seeing the meat coming down from the state.
Mhm.
We have some fish sticks in a box right now, and that's about it. And of course, canned protein is always really helpful. But right now, our freezer is pretty bare. So that's what I would love to be able to do.
Great. Who's one of your role models?
Oh, Tracy Ricketts. Tracy Ricketts is my mentor, and she was my boss at Oregon Tech Foundation when I first started. And she recognized things in me that I did not. And she really built me up, and she taught me to be confident and to believe in myself. And I cannot thank her enough.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
I need to get Tracy on here, actually.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She is amazing.
I'm a fan.
If you had to you're planning your perfect day in Klamath County, what would it look like?
Oh, my perfect day. Well, it would start with coffee and breakfast made by my husband, because nobody else does it better. And then I would find myself at Moore Park. I love hiking there. I love getting up in those hills and just enjoying everything that it has to offer. I sometimes feel like it's the best kept secret. People just don't realize how beautiful it is up on that hill. And the day would end with my family. I have 5 kids, and 4 of them live in Klamath. And so all 5 of my grandkids do too. So I would love to have them gathered and just enjoying each other.
I love that.
Mm.
Thank you for your time today.
Well,
I
thank you for having
appreciate
me.
getting to know you and learning a little bit more about the food bank. And thank you to our producer, Deuce Films.